Hi guys, and welcome to another Unity tutorial where we will be talking about game objects and their relationships to other game objects. Now, this is just nothing but a basic model. Nothing fancy or anything, but this is what we will be calling a parent. This is a parent game object right here, which is the root of like all of them in this hierarchy, which this is the hierarchy for the game, but this is a hierarchy for this particular model. Now, in a hierarchy, like everything below it will go with it, okay? Unless you script it to move or something like that. But this right here will follow, well, this parent right here, and then this is all the children right here, which the children will move with its parent, and then so on and so forth. But this will also be apparent to all these children, and then this is apparent to these children, and I'm pretty sure you'd pick up the gist on that. Now, this is a model which uses something completely different, where we call it would be a skin mesh render. Okay, this is different from a normal render. A skin mesh render, you can't really fuss around and move the model. Okay, so basically it's been mapped to this particular, and this will be considered like a bone right here. This transform, that would be like a bone. And then the skin mesh render will be mapped to this bone. So all this geometry that you see, the hat right here, this will be mapped to this skin right here, the mesh, what we'll call a mesh. Well, it's actually called a mesh even in the 3D modeling program. It's a mesh, but it's been mapped to be a piece of skin. The top, shoot, and the importance of this is because take the root, the pelvis. Okay, now you have the pelvis. Now you have the thigh. Okay, this is just a normal game object, but like I said, this has been all mapped into what we call an armature, which is beyond the scope at this point of this tutorial. But I wanted to show you guys the relationship between game objects. See, everything below it moves with it. So this is like the parent, and these are all the children, and then so on and so forth. Now this would be the root, which usually is the whole model, which it probably is. All over. But that's the importance of the child to parent relationship. So you can do funny things with the spine and move it around and be like, oh, well, we could just wah. But there's no constraints on it, so you can get some weird things. But it's been mapped so that it will move this mesh in a skin type relationship, just like your hand. Okay, your hand, the bone inside of it. How can I put this? The bone will move the skin. Okay, and that's basically what you're doing in the game engine. And this is the simplest way that I found that I can explain this in comparison, because you're probably here because you don't know anything about the engine, and that's fine. That's what we're here for, to learn. And you know, they've cut out some of this just because of there's no reason for this geometry because you have a mask, which is, completely understandable. He's going to have a mask all the time. Why have something behind it? Then the video card will render like all these ridiculous amount of things that it doesn't have to. But like you're probably thinking, well, what about the character creation screen? He's got a face when I do that until I put the mask. Well, see, here's the thing. You see, this is the model and all the parts. It had all those parts right here. But what the developer done was it had tons and tons of parts in here. But you see this mesh part when it comes to the mask? He will leave this blank, and then the face, which I have no idea where it is on the model, he will literally just go, hey, guess what? Oh, he put it part of the body. But what he'll do is he'll leave this one, like the body, he'll put a different body in. In script, he'll go mesh. Because it's already been mapped to the bones, he doesn't have to worry about it not moving or the eyes. He would have like 6 different eyes in the model itself. This whole hierarchy right here in here, this is an FBX, dancing full FBX. Well, if it's in here, it's already been probably mapped to the bones. So the information's already there. He just has to bring it up. So to save like memory and stuff, he'll load this one when you have a mask for the face. And then for the body, he'll have probably a bunch of these. Okay, like different tops. Like, hey, this one's got a big old hunky arm on him or something. I don't know, but there's a use for it. He'll just change this mask out, this mesh, and then he'll change the material to match whatever material there is in a list of, well, a list is the collection, so. And it'll all be in here in one big old file. Think of it, and here's the thing. This right here, with all these folders, don't be intimidated by this. This is actually the same thing right here, filing system, that your computer has. Like, boom, then you have my computer. And then you go, my computer, and then this folder, and then this folder. Hi, there's 2 folders, and this. And it is literally the same concept for all this. And this right here, never be intimidated by. This is just resources until you stick it into your hierarchy and actually reference it in game. Like most of this, if I build it right now, Unity will strip out stuff that I've never used in a scene. It's smart enough to do that, which is really cool. But as a precaution, this that says resources will always be there, even if I reference it or not. But that's for another whole different ballgame. I just wanted to get this child to relationship thing done with you guys, and so you guys understand it, because you're going to be like, oh, I want this guy to have a gun. Well, guess what? Your hand, which this is the wrong one, but just the idea. Your hand, then you'll parent it to your like hand IK, which this is the foot, I know, but you'll parent it to the hand. And then there you go. You got it in his hand. Well, you'll move it around, but. And that's all I wanted to get with you guys on and discuss is the relationship to child stuff. And I'll see you in the next one, guys, and like and see ya.